The votes are tallied. Members of the BC NDP have endorsed the leadership of Premier David Eby in Victoria over the weekend. At the first party convention since Eby's narrow victory over a year ago, 82% of members voted no to a leadership review, keeping Eby's hand on the wheel. While Eby's still favourable by a large majority, his leadership approval has dropped by 10%. Advocacy groups say recent labour and environmental disputes were at the forefront, and the results signal that a higher emphasis needs to be placed on labour rights, environmental protections, and Indigenous sovereignty.
Working people are struggling. People are frustrated. It is a sign that folks want to continue to see the government continue to make sure working people are at the front of the decisions that they're making.
Yeah, I think that the current government has really strayed quite a bit from what we elected back in 2017 when we wanted to see some real change from the previous BC Liberal government, who was very pro-LNG. And it really shows that there's going to be even more momentum potentially behind BC Greens as the voice for the environment, because we simply cannot rely on the NDP as a reliable party to protect the environment and to uphold Indigenous rights.
While delegates passed a resolution to call on the federal government to continue banning offshore oil tankers from BC's coast, Eby spoke about the North Coast Transmission Line project set to power mining and LNG projects in northwestern BC, calling it one of the biggest, most transformational opportunities in a century. Critics say other forms of energy should be prioritized to help meet climate targets.
We do need more reliable power in our part of the province, but we don't need it just for fossil fuel projects like CLISMs. I think that that's a huge waste of a very renewable and good sort of source of energy. Putting that to CLISMs really just denies more of our communities stable, reliable power for more sustainable types of development.
The next BC provincial election is set for 2028, but Eby has committed to calling for an early election if his government can't pass the bill to support the North Coast transmission line. In Vancouver, Shailee Shah, City News.